Signs of a fake person from a Stoic perspective. Introduction. Have you ever felt exhausted from smiling at someone your instincts quietly warned you about? In a world full of compliments, can you tell the difference between genuine sincerity and the carefully crafted mask of a fake person? Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be wary of those who tell you only what you want to hear, for they rarely live honestly with themselves." Fakeness is a subtle poison, colorless, scentless, seeping into your mind through sweet glances, perfectly scripted words, and well-timed appearances. This video isn't meant to make you cynical, it's meant to keep you aware. In a world where deceit wears refinement as a disguise, being authentic isn't just rare, it's vulnerable. Let Stoic philosophy guide you to recognize, analyze, and respond to those who wear masks. Part 1, they say things they don't believe. A sign of inner emptiness. Fake people don't begin with obvious lies. They begin by saying things they don't believe. They compliment you not because you deserve it, but because they want something. They make promises not to keep them, but to keep you under their influence. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The wise don't talk much about virtue, they live it. The fake do the opposite. They talk constantly about values, yet their actions are hollow." One clear sign, they always say what others want to hear, regardless of whether it's authentic to them. This gives the illusion they understand and value you, but they're just mirroring back your desires, not revealing their true selves. The Stoic action is this: don't trust someone just because their words are sweet. Observe whether their behavior reflects what they say. Seneca once advised, "Don't judge a person by their words, but by how they live." Real people don't need polished words. Their character speaks for itself. If this resonates with something familiar, something you've experienced or been hurt by, pause for a moment and subscribe to Stoic Bloom. Here we learn to recognize deceit not to hate, but to protect our minds. Part 2, they change their mask, depending on the audience. No true self. Fake people are like skilled actors. They don't live by ideals. They live for an audience. In front of the powerful, they're overly humble. With the weak, they appear kind. But if you watch closely, you'll notice something strange. They are never the same person twice. Epictetus emphasized, "Don't strive to please others, strive to stay true to yourself." The fake live in opposition to this. They switch roles, tone, and opinions just to fit the moment. They'll talk behind someone's back, then flatter them to their face. They'll condemn something today, then do it tomorrow. This isn't flexibility, it's lack of a spine. They have no inner framework, so they cling to others' reactions for direction. That's what makes them dangerous. You never know if you're speaking to a person or a performance. A Stoic stays rooted in their values. Marcus Aurelius said, "If something is right, do it, even if no one applauds." So if someone changes constantly just to be liked, take a step back. Someone with no true self will eventually make you lose your own. Part 3, they use morality to mask their weakness. One of the most sophisticated signs of fakeness is using moral language as a perfect disguise to avoid confronting their own weakness and helplessness. They don't speak of compassion to soothe, but to manipulate others with guilt. They don't mention justice to act righteously, but to justify their cold judgment in bitterness. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens that harms us, but how we interpret it." Fake people don't think to grow, they think to escape, to maintain their moral image while hiding a fragile spirit afraid of responsibility. Stoics don't look down on this. They use it as a warning. Because often in our deepest wounds, we too can mask anger as righteousness. Ask yourself, is my kindness becoming a mask? Is my silence noble, or a way to avoid hard conversations? Look at your motives before you evaluate your actions. This is what Marcus Aurelius taught. If you don't master your mind, you become what you once despised. Stoic action isn't retreating into ivory towers of virtue. It's standing in this messy world with humility, courage, and inner freedom. If you're searching for a way to live authentically in a world of masks, let Stoic Bloom walk with you. Subscribe, share this video with someone who needs awakening, and leave your thoughts below. Every honest comment is a flame that keeps this community's wisdom alive. Part 4. Fake forgiveness. A smile that still punishes. Not everyone who says, "I forgive you," has truly let go. Not every smile signals the end of anger. Some people say, "I've forgiven you," but bring up your mistakes in every argument. That's fake forgiveness. Not to heal, but to claim moral superiority. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you forgive, don't keep in your heart what you have already let go." The fake don't do this. They forgive with words, but punish with memory. They won't insult directly, but drop subtle hints. They won't retaliate loudly, but plant guilt and suspicion. A true Stoic doesn't act this way. Forgiveness to them is firm, refusing to let the mind get dragged back. As Seneca said, "Let the past stay in the past. Memory of pain only slows those moving forward." Watch closely those who say they've forgiven, but keep your old mistakes close, using them as tools of control. That's another mask, painted with virtue, but hiding psychological warfare. And if you've been hurt by this kind of forgiveness, choose the right response. No need to explain. No need to retaliate. Just stay calm and walk away. Because true forgiveness doesn't need reminders. True sincerity heals in silence, not with flowery words. Stoic Bloom. Walk past the fake as if you never stopped in front of them. Part 5. Fake loyalty. When promises are just social tools. Loyalty is an ancient virtue praised by every culture, but not everyone who pledges loyalty means it. In today's world, loyalty is often transactional. I stay because it benefits me. I support you because I need something. The fake loyal stand beside you when you are strong, but they're the first to leave, even turn against you when you fall. Marcus Aurelius warned, "True loyalty is not spoken, it's shown in quiet action." For a Stoic, loyalty is not blind attachment, but an inner commitment to what's right, even when there's no reward. Watch actions, not just vows. The ones who say "I'm loyal" the loudest are often the ones who've never truly been tested. Part 6. Fake praise when flattery becomes a weapon. Not every compliment comes from admiration. Some words are sweet like honey, but poisoned inside. In today's world, flattery hides behind encouragement, and the wise must step back and ask, was this said for my good or for someone else's purpose? Epictetus taught, when someone praises you, be cautious. They're describing their perspective, not your true nature. A Stoic knows their worth doesn't live in others' mouths. It lives in unshaken integrity. The fake use praise like bait. They flatter to make you feel you owe them. Their compliments aren't to lift you, but to pull you closer so you depend on their approval. Once you're used to being admired, they control you by withholding it. A silent glance, a raised brow, you're manipulated without even knowing it. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Let not your soul be swayed by praise or blame. The one who lives by nature stands like rock amid the waves." Fake people never attack head-on. They seep into you gently through charm. They call you smart, so you'll prove it. They praise your generosity to push you into giving more. And when you stop, their compliments turn into knives. "I thought you were more understanding." Don't confuse respect with flattery. A true friend will challenge you, even if it hurts, to help you grow. A fake one only says what you want to hear, to tighten their grip. Seneca wrote, "The one who tells you only what you want to hear isn't serving you, but themselves." Stoic action, When someone praises you, don't dismiss it, but don't absorb it too quickly. Nod. Stay alert. Watch whether their words match their behavior and whether they're still there when there's nothing left to praise. If this video is helping you see through the masks, subscribe to Stoic Bloom, where every word is truth, not flattery. We won't charm you, but we'll tell you what you need to hear. Part 7, Fake Sacrifice, when help becomes a form of control. We often admire those who sacrifice for us. Time, effort, even money. They seem noble. But Stoicism reminds us not all sacrifice is selfless. Not everyone who gives wants good for you. Epictetus said, "An act cannot be good unless born from reason and aimed at true good." A Stoic looks past the action to the motive. The fake use sacrifice like a leash. They help you, then silently track the debt. No reminders, no demands. Just a quiet message in every glance. I once did this for you. Now it's your turn. They don't need to ask. You'll feel obligated. While you think you're returning kindness, you are actually losing freedom, making decisions clouded by guilt. Seneca warned, when a favor comes with expectations, it's not a gift. It's an investment with carefully calculated interest. Fake people play the victim. They'll say you never repay them, that they were always there. But they're not hurt because you failed them. They're hurt because their plan to control you failed. Marcus Aurelius said, "Give as if you'll never recall it. Receive as if you're never bound by it." A wise person knows no one has the right to own your choices because they once helped you. Stoic response: appreciate the help, but don't let it cost your values, your boundaries, your integrity. Be grateful, but stay free. If you've ever felt trapped in a debt you didn't ask for, if you've lost yourself in the name of someone else's generosity, comment below. Stoic Bloom is where we learn to say thank you without surrendering our minds. Part 8, Fake Silence, when they let you drown and pretend they're innocent. Silence is a powerful form of communication. In Stoicism, it's the choice of the strong, those who won't let emotions push them into reckless speech or action. But silence also has a dark side, when it's used to hide deceit, dodge responsibility, and ignore conscience. Some people never hurt you with words. They don't attack or betray openly. On the surface, they've done nothing wrong. But when you're hurting, when you need defense, a lift, a fair word, they stay silent. They watch you suffer and wear a neutral face. Seneca wrote, "The one who fails to stop evil when they can is also guilty of it." Silence in moments of injustice isn't neutrality, it's complicity. And when fake people play the innocent, they're using silence as a cloak to stay clean while letting you fall. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Don't fear the loud ones. Watch the silent observer. They're the ones weighing your worth against their interests." Fake people don't pick sides, they pick what benefits them. If silence protects their image, their trauma, their relationships, they'll let you take the hit and smile like it's none of their business. A true Stoic doesn't condemn all silence, but they clearly see the difference between composed restraint and cowardly evasion. They know sometimes silence is not strength, it's cruelty disguised. So stay alert to strategic silence. Ask, when you needed them, where were they? Did they stand beside you or stand back, watching you fall without reaching out? A Stoic mind won't resent them, but it won't forget the lesson. If you've ever felt abandoned in someone's silence, if you've stood alone while others claimed it's not my business, then you've seen the sweetest mask of all, indifference. Don't let that make you bitter. Let it sharpen your clarity. Let it strengthen you from within. Because as Marcus Aurelius wrote, what doesn't destroy the soul makes it shine clearer. If this video spoke to something true in you, subscribe to Stoic Bloom, where you don't have to shout to be heard. where stillness is power and philosophy is your compass. Like, comment sincerely, share this video with someone who's faced the silence of betrayal. The Stoic journey isn't lonely, but it demands we see clearly who walks with us and who waits in the dark. Stoic bloom. In a world of fake noise, be the voice of honest stillness.